Hello, this is going to be a really quick video on relaxing your pelvic floor. Men and women both have pelvic floors that we absolutely need to be taken care of. And yes, a lot of times, especially women, do need specific strength work for their pelvic floors, especially if they've had children. But a lot of times too, what happens is we automatically assume if we're having incontinence issues, prolapse issues, low back pain, hip pain, and we determine that it's coming from the pelvic floor, we think, oh, I need to strengthen that. When in reality, there's actually a lot of people that need a release of a certain part of their pelvic floor in order to allow their body to come into a more optimal position, which then allows the pelvic floor to actually work much more efficiently with our diaphragm and with our abdominal muscles. So this will be a quicker video. All you need is some kind of mat, unless you're on carpet, and a rolled up towel. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna take that rolled up towel and you're going to place it under your low back, where, like right between where the low back and the sacrum meet. So it should feel pretty comfortable. It shouldn't feel like the towel is putting you into extension. It should feel like you're able to relax down into the towel and into the floor. Once you have it set, you're gonna bring your feet up. So it should just feel like your hips are able to balance on that towel. It's giving you a little bit of a lift. Relax your feet, knees into the chest, and I do want you here, if possible, keeping your knees together. When we open the knees, we actually narrow the bottom of our pelvis. So since we're relaxing the pelvic floor, we're gonna try to breathe into it. Those knees being together is important. All I want you doing here is breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. And as you get into that breathing pattern, I want you to direct your attention to the bottom of your pelvis. So where you have your genital openings, we'll call it, as well as your anus. When you inhale, I want you to think of those areas opening. And as you exhale, that opening is just simply closing back off again. Don't cue yourself to lift your abdominals upwards. It's just a simple inhale and expand. And then exhale, allow everything to close off. See if you can feel that. The widening of the pelvis as you inhale, and the gentle closing of it as you exhale. And if that cue isn't working for you for whatever reason, you can also use this cue, which might help you. Thinking of having blueberries, both in your vaginal opening and in your anal opening. When you inhale, it should feel as if those blueberries just kind of naturally fall out. And when you exhale, it should feel like you're gently pulling them back in, very gently. Again, don't bear down on your pelvic floor, your lower abs. We're going to do 2 more breaths in this position. Opening, closing off. 1 more. Good. Finish your exhale. Gently bring your feet down. That was a nice non-weight bearing position where gravity's kind of working with us. Go ahead, rock yourself up. And then we're going to take the towel again And now we're gonna make it a little bit more weight bearing. So what you might find in this position is that you might feel a little bit more stretching through your back. So it's gonna be a little bit more active and erect. It might feel a little more challenging to literally feel that same release and opening at the bottom of your pelvis as you do this, but give it a second. Your body will catch up with you. It just has to understand the difference between the positions. So for this one, I want you to bring that towel between your knees, and then you're gonna separate your feet so that they're actually wider than your knees. From here, you're gonna come down onto your elbows. If you have the ability to relax your hips all the way back, that's fantastic. If that's not available to you because you have ankle tightness, knee tightness, maybe it just bothers whatever part of your body, you can always keep your hips a little more lifted. It's just gonna be a little more active. But either way, we're gently squeezing that towel. Feet are apart. And now you're just breathing again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again. Those same cues of inhaling and feeling the opening and expansion through your bottom. And then the exhale. You can think of gently closing the pelvis, lifting the blueberries up, or just simply exhale, it doesn't matter. And as you sit here, if this position starts to feel uncomfortable, again, you can always lift your hips up. That's more than fine. I just want you to focus on keeping your back rounded and your legs in internal rotation, so those feet wider than your knees. A few more breaths here. Expanding and widening and closing it off. A few more. And you might notice too that as you're doing this breath and you really start to feel that letting go sensation in the bottom of your hips, you might start to feel other areas kind of start to decompress and expand, like your ribs, your low back. And if you do feel that, that is a great thing. If you don't feel that, it's okay. Keep focusing on one area at a time if focusing on multiple is just too much for your brain. And then let's slowly come out of that position. Take a second and come off your hands if you need to. Let the blood rush out of your head. And then we're going to keep this towel and we're going to place it under one knee as we come onto our hands and knees this time. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are under your hips, and I have that towel elevating my left knee right now. So I am asymmetrical through my hips. Same thing, I'm not going to give you any specific cues about your abdominals. Your abs naturally will kick in a little bit here if you are a functioning human, which I'm assuming anyone watching this video is. So with that knee elevated, same exact cues that we've been doing. As you inhale, think of breathing back into your pelvis. Exhale all of that air out. Widening as you breathe in, relaxing. You might notice in this position, since you are working against gravity more, the breath might not feel quite as easy, might feel a little bit more shallow, and that can be very normal because now that you're upright or more upright and gravity is pushing down on your body, it is forcing everything to interact and connect with each other.
And when you have areas of restriction, tightness, whatever you'd want to call it, sometimes being in these positions, it really brings those areas to life, and you can see, oh my goodness, it just feels really challenging to breathe here. You might go, wow, I have tightness in my low back when I'm here, whatever the case may be. So just try to relax into it as you breathe. And see if you can slowly prolong the breath as you go. Let's take our left knee off the towel. Come off your wrist for a second. We're going to switch it. Bring it under the right knee now. Hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips. Same thing here, breathing in and exhaling out. And inhale. Widening the bottom of the pelvis or releasing the blueberries, whichever visual works better for you. Making sure that you're not tensing through the front of your thigh and hip or your calf. You're just allowing your body to be in this asymmetrical position. One more full breath. And let that towel come out now. Come off of your hands and knees. Go ahead and sit back into a gentle child's pose, but I want you to keep your knees together. Allow your back to round. Palms can even be up. And just finish here with a few more breaths. Widening as you inhale. And from here, you slowly come up. And told you it was going to be a short video. I'll have more like this to come where their positions are going to be a little bit more asymmetrical, but give that a try and see how it makes you feel.